Hello, all. This is Arrows here. I'm doing another tutorial video. This is going to be number two. Basically, today I'm answering a few questions. I had a few people ask me how can I improve gathering? How can I do a full occupy? How do I get silver? It's one of the biggest challenges in game is getting silver. Unless you know how, or you've been a player for a while, then it becomes a lot easier. But if you're new to the game, or if you're not that great at it, give you a few tips and tricks on what to do and how to do it, as well as gathering. So one of the biggest things that people don't know about is food gathering. They think that everything has to come from the NPC cities, like the barbarians or the small towns, unknown towns, and small cities and unknown cities and stuff like that, right? Which I mean, they're a good source of food, but when you're not playing, if you're offline or even if you're online, but you're not doing anything, you normally want to just leave your troops like in a level 10 lake or something like that, right? Level 10 lake gives you food. 35% increases the production of fruit. The more lakes you have, the better the production is. In my current city, I'm losing a lot more than I'm making, right? Because I don't have the farms I need to suffice my troops, but that's not a problem for me. And when I say it's not a problem for me, it's because whatever I use up, I end up getting back from gathering. So, one thing that's going to help you with gathering, right? It's going to be the troop upkeep. This is very important. If you somehow don't have gold to spend, don't worry. You end up getting 100% back every time you send all your troops to a lake. Anyways, a level 10 lake, whatever you used up during the time they were there, you get back. The troop upkeep just helps you get more food back. While it does reduce the food consumption of your troops while they're inside the city or outside the city gathering, um, you get a lot more back when you actually collect. So it's been about, an hour, almost 2 hours. I kind of want to wait for the 2 hour mark to collect this. And as you can see, I have a decent amount of troops collecting in the lake right now. And, I have about 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a few days now, playing this game on server 174. Yeah, 174. I've managed to grow a little bit from our last video. Um, you know, I ranked up a little bit. I have some of the events were like war and stuff, so I've gotten a few kills here and there. Had gotten to little squabbles with some of the opposing alliances. But yeah, I've been doing fairly well, fairly decent for only 2 weeks and 2 days, I think. So like 16 days now, 16, 17 days. Um, Either way. So first, I'm going to show you the full occupy. I'm going to use this barbarian town just to basically show you an example. We're going to scout it. We want to make sure that it has silver, so that you can use the silver that's going to be, or make sure that it has enough silver for you to do a full occupy to make it worth it. If it doesn't have enough silver, then the full occupation isn't worth it, and I'll explain why. So we're all right. So somebody had already attacked this one because I think it usually has like 1.2 million to 1.6 million um, when it's not when it hasn't been attacked yet. Let's find. Let's see this guy. How much does this guy have? And attacking the unknown towns and small cities and all that stuff. When you do that, you're gonna have some losses, right? If you don't have the range or the troops to, or not willing to lose troops, then unknown towns and small cities and small towns are not worth it when you're a beginner because you will have a lot of losses. So as you can see, this has 2.5 million silver. Um, it's got some decent amount of other resources. The food always regenerates really fast. But here's our biggest, basically, what we have to fight here is we have a lot of legionnaires, a lot of uh, where's the archers? We don't have that many archers, but we do have some ballistas, and trebuchets just have the longest range. And if your range isn't up to par, right, then you're gonna have a lot of losses. As far as range goes, you want to start doing full plunders when your marksmanship is around level 7 to 8. You have that's a fairly decent amount of range. Mine's 9 right now, and I have some stuff on my epic hero here. Um, I have this thing that gives a 10% range right there, and then also have an S mount with an extra 5% range. So that's an extra 15% range on top of my level 9 marksmanship. So this is something that I don't particularly have to worry about. But if you're not spending money and then you're just using like a level 3 or 3-star hero, right, like one of these guys, um, and then what you can do is you can put on the items you get with just like the regular Empire War, whatever it gives you, right? It gives you one of these guys. It gives you a chest piece, and it gives you like the goddess and all that stuff. If you wanted to, the only 5-star hero you're gonna have is goddess. What you can do is put the stuff on her instead, and I'll show you how to do that. We'll just do that instead because we're using a 5-star hero that we get with for free basically, and everybody is gonna have this particular one. It's gonna make it a lot easier for me to show without how to do it without the items if you're not a spender, things like that. When you're a spender and you have all these items, and it becomes so much easier, right? Collecting stuff like this. It gets a lot harder when you don't spend. So we'll just do it with the free stuff that you get from the game right now. And I'll equip this because it's gonna help me a little bit. Um, but aside from that, just that. So I kept her as a wisdom hero. If you have these things to reset, right? When you first get her, you can reset her. The game gives you a few resets. But I'm gonna do that reset right now. I'll buy a few, and then just to show you guys how you can do it on your end. Um, so we're gonna put all her points into bravery, right? Like if you need a bravery hero, there's nothing better for you. You don't spend than the wisdom goddess, right? Keep her with whatever you have. Bravery. The other things you're gonna get is you're gonna get buffs. You're gonna get buffs like these here from chests, from leveling up your um, Senate and stuff, and opening up the chests that you get from the treasures. Let's see, like the upgrade packs. I'm up to 10 now. I have to because I haven't upgraded my Senate to 10. So I gotta open that. But we're gonna do this attack like if I didn't have all the extra range and all the extra gear, just to show you guys how it's done. Basically, how you can do it yourselves. We're gonna recall here so I can have some troops. So it's fine, not 2 hours, but as you can see here, I got close to 9.5 million in the 2 hours that I was there, and I think I was using about 4 million, right? So I got back like a million, like a quarter. So like I got like back like 2 million almost resources back. So that's 25% of what I was using per hour. And that's what I mean when you have the buff here, the reduced troop upkeep, right? If sometimes you get those through events, sometimes you get those through chests if you don't spend gold, or if you don't spend money to get the gold, then it's a lot harder to come by those. But sometimes during events you will get those, um, so be on the lookout for that. But you do end up getting a quarter back or more than what you use, right? So leaving all your troops there in one specific lake or gathering one specific area will, whatever you use up, you get back once you collect. So that's one way of not wasting food, and that's another way of collecting food, right? And then you guys need to know that equipment gathers the most food. So like these guys right here, they will gather a buttload of food, but that's to like late game or like later game, not right now. If you guys have some transport wagons and some cavalries or armored cavalries, these guys here will also collect a bunch of food, and that's what I used to help me. I didn't have my cavalries in there. I had them in here because I was farming earlier. But I have close to 100,000 cavalries right now. Um, Usually, if I leave everything for like 8 hours, 10 hours, I end up getting like a total of 80 million because they collect so much food, right? So, yeah, that's that. But let's see. Let's do a full occupy on this guy here. Where was it? This guy. So the way we do this is we're going to do a plunder first, right? We're going to do a plunder first with our, oh, I didn't make her a, let's see. I didn't make her a hero we could use. So let's change that. Going to assign this guy here. And then we're going to do a plunder first, or we're going to do a fake occupy, right? Fake occupy first to get rid of all the extra stuff that's going to come at us during the plunder. So let's say you have 35,000 archers. Sure, send one of each other troop because that's all you really need. And you only need the fast ones. You don't need to wait so much for the longer ones, right? Like these guys, I mean, it just takes forever for them to get there. So you don't really want to send these guys during a fake occupy. So yeah, let's go now, and boom. I'm gonna wait till we get there, I guess. Let's see. And we'll cut this short, cut this out, and then we'll. Alrighty, so we did fake occupy here. We just got the report back. They're just heading back. I forgot that I had it on auto, but yeah, basically it's just a fake occupy. I think I showed that on the last video how to do that. But yeah, you just basically everything on defense, let everybody come to you, and then you just kill them, right? Easy stuff. Um, then yeah, I got some good materials back or some good resources. But yeah, that's the way it goes on the fake occupy. We're gonna wait again. I'm gonna plunder, and then once the plunder happens, we'll do a full occupy, and then we'll go from there. So again, we're gonna skip all the way to the plunder. Alrighty, heroes just got back. So let's see, we're gonna plunder this. The same hero. Uh, let's see. For a plunder, I do always ask or say to people that you should have some sort of defense, right? You can use the same 35,000 archers, not a problem. But you always want to have some sort of defense for the trebuchets and stuff. So always send like 1,000 of one troop. I usually like sending legionnaires. They're easy to make. They don't take too much. You could always send auxiliaries, but auxiliaries tend to die so much faster. So I like to send something beefy that doesn't take so much damage, right? So I would send legionnaires in. And yeah, so we're gonna let it do its thing, and we'll be back when it's time for plunder. Alrighty, we're about to land, and I have the screen flipped here just so we can see this properly. We're gonna put everything on defense for plunder. We're actually gonna take a step back with our archers, and we are gonna target archers first. No, we're gonna target the everything that's coming first, right? So the fastest is gonna be the cavalry and armored cavalry. Then it's going to be pikemen or scouts, but I don't think scouts move forward, so it's going to be cavalry, armored cavalry, pikemen, then this guy, then that guy. So we're going to stay right there. We're going to move this guy forward, and we're going to target some archers next. Um, Actually, no, we'll take out that armored cavalry. That's fine. Let's go. And round. Boom. Okay, we're going to keep that defend there. As you can see, this is what I meant by it taking damage. We're going to move that up there and this up there. We're going to leave this guy here. Target some archers. And let's go. Oh, That's too fast. That's fine. Next, we're gonna move up, and we're probably gonna target the trebuchets. They do a lot of damage. So that's what we're gonna target. Let's go. There we go. Hit ballistas, not a problem. All right, let's go up. Start moving up now. Okay, took those out. Took that out. Alrighty, now we can start moving back. Start hitting the fastest troops, and let's go. And then move everything forward. Kill the scouts. Easy, easy peasy, right? This is just with the equipment we have, the gear we have, basically everything the game gives you, right? It's not that hard. You can see it burning, and then we'll come back once we're doing the full occupy. Okay, they just returned, and you can still see the city burning. So we're gonna do a full occupy now. What we're gonna end up doing here is what I recommend to a lot of people is having some auxiliaries for the traps, right? You don't need that many, right? A lot of people like to wait, like I recommended in my last video, uh, having the equal amount of auxiliary as they do traps so that all the auxiliaries can die and you can destroy all the traps and move forward. Makes everything a lot easier. There's that way of doing it where you take minimal losses due to the spike traps. Or if you have the range for the attack, once you have the range, you don't really need to waste that much time. So I have marksmanship 9, I have some range, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do it with the range that we have. Let's say we have 35,000 archers. A lot of people don't have that many when they're just beginning. So this is a good number here. Um, Still send, the 1,000 like I mentioned earlier. Let's send just 1,000 of these guys so I can show you how to do it. And we're gonna do, like I said, a full occupy. So there it is. It's gonna be occupying. I changed the setting in my muster field. I still gotta heal these guys. So I still changed the setting in the muster field where tactics, right, for siege battle. I had it on this checked off, so I didn't go with the command attack earlier, but now I have it checked back on so that I can show you for the video. Um, so yeah, like I said earlier, with the magic of the video power, we'll be right back when the attack is happening. Alrighty, here we are. We're landing, and now we're gonna command. And the same thing here. We just want to let them all come to us first, right? Let them all come to us. You kill whatever's the closest enemy. Uh, there goes one. Here comes another. And you guys can see there's not a lot of troops because we did a plunder and we did a fake occupy. So the number of troops inside the city is gonna it's gonna regenerate over time, right? I think it's like 2 hours for full regeneration of the troops, not the resources, but the troops. Um, so if you're looking for prestige farm and stuff like that, you can do, every 2 hours you can kill them, basically, right? So here we go with the spike trap clearing, right? You want to take your auxiliaries back one step, then move them forward one step. Then you let them take all the damage, right? That took a bunch of auxiliaries out. So if you had, the 11,000 or whatever, you can just let them stand there. It's going to take, like 16 rounds for them to clear all of them. But what I like to do is I just like to send everything in now because I have the range, right? And what we're trying to hit here is the wall. We're not trying to hit the archer towers or anything else. We're just trying to hit the wall. So we're going to send everything in. The spike traps usually they prefer archers for some reason, so you're gonna lose a few archers, but the coin amount that you get from this, or the silver amount that you get from this, makes up for all of that, right? It makes up for everything that you lose here. So we're gonna stop our archers and we're gonna send in our legionnaires. Let's move everything forward. There we go. Oh, I did not know they get hit by that. That's weird. Okay. They're not supposed to get hit by that. By these things. That's weird. Okay, whatever. So we lost a few. I did not calculate for that. So I guess now we know. These not this only the spy tracks, but the barricades they also kill. The archers. I didn't know that. That was weird. Anyways, so we had a few losses, right? We have a bunch of wounded because our wounded rate's like 60% right now. So we didn't actually lose too many, which is still a good number, right? We still can heal a good number, and then you guys will see what we got from this fairly shortly. Let me switch the camera now. Okay, so this was our full occupy report. You know, we lost quite a bit of troops there, but look, you get enough silver. You know, you get half of whatever's in there. If you can carry it back, that is, right? If you can't carry it back, then you get less. But 752,000 silver, if you're hurting for silver, that's a good way of doing it. And then you get to heal back, the troops that you lost, or 60%, I think, is what we lost right now. Yeah, 60%. It's not bad. Or we lost 40% of our troops. Still not bad compared to the amount of silver that we just got, right? And one thing that I like to do with the silver when I get it, if you ever get gold from like killing monsters or events, save it. If you're hurting for resources, merchant trade. This is one of the best things you can do here to get resources. Like my market is level 9, right? With 900,000 silver, I can get 9 million wood. That's one way of doing it if you're not already collecting a bunch of resources from like a forest or a mountain, or if you're getting food from a lake. Things that if you're not doing that, not used to that, if you prefer doing this method instead as full occupies, and the only main difference between the small towns and small cities and unknown towns and unknown cities and barbarians is that barbarians, they don't have trebuchets and they don't have ballistas. Um, so when you do a full occupy, you don't got to worry about those. But they do have, archer towers, they have a wall, they have spike traps, they have all that other stuff. And another thing, I don't know if this has been changed, but is that they don't have research. So you hitting them and getting like to their wall a lot sooner with the marksmanship you have is a lot different than hitting a small town or small city, unknown towns, unknown city, things like that, right? Um, because those have research. They have research levels according to their level, or at least they should. That's what the game try to do with them, right? They try to make them have research, so that make it a little harder for you to, or a little bit more of a challenge for you to take them. So we got some nice amount of silver here, right? So it's not too bad. Like I said, if you want to use, you can buy, you can even split it up, right? You buy in one trade, you can buy like 700,000. We used 80,000, so like 680, 690 we got total. I can do, 3 million of this, and if I need food, 3 million food. Here goes our 600 something thousand. Boom, instantly. You get to, already much better stuff. If you have food but you're missing iron, then make it so that you're spending 680,000 if that's what you're going for. With the amount of stuff that we got, if you're buying wood and stuff, if I was to train, how many archers did we lose here? Like a total of at 103,000 total in this city. So let's see how much we have now with the ones coming back. We have 26k coming back. Oh, they just got back, I guess. They just got back. So we had 103. Now we have 99.6. So we lost 2.4 or 3.4. Yeah, 3.4 thousand. In the Plunder, in the full occupy. We lost a few in the Plunder because of the. No, we didn't lose any in Plunder. My bad. We just lost a lot in the full occupy because I was not anticipating the spike traps or the barricades. However, if you just don't go in one step further, then you can just lay back and or step back and hit the wall from our safe ranges where we're only taking spike traps, not the barricades, and you lose a lot less. So if I was to put my hero, my bravery hero, to make some archers right now, with if I was to use the silver as well to buy like 3 million wood, and if I had food already, and like buy the 1.5 million iron with what I got, let's see how much we can make. We'll go into advanced training so it can show you a number, right? We lost 3.4 thousand. So if we make 3,400, that's only, we can make that back. We make that back no problem. Um, let's do 6,000. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's make 10,000. So we can probably make close to 10,000 archers from just the resources that we got, right? From buying with the silver and plus the actual resources that we got from the city, right? Like the food, the stone, all the resources, right? We got some from the city on top of getting the coin or the silver. So if we're using the silver to buy more resources, we create more stuff. And if you're suffering from resources, like let's say you do this on barbarian towns where you don't lose as much, right? You do this 3 to 4 times a day, you end up getting, close to 3 million silver. That's a lot of silver that you get per day, right? You're not going to be suffering. It's worth the losses, in my opinion, and it's also a lot cheaper if you want to save more archers. If you just take in the auxiliaries, right? Take in the 10,000 auxiliaries. It doesn't take that much to make auxiliaries. So like we're going to make 11,000. My bad. Takes 1.1 million wood, 500,000 iron. Simple, right? You get all that plus more with the silver that you can buy the resources with, right? So there's a lot of methods you can do. If sacrificing the auxiliaries is easier for you on your troop numbers, then by all means do that. If you don't mind, because you have like all the gear that I have on my hero here, like I have a bunch of stuff on him that gives me a ton of range, right? So I don't have to worry about that. I can hit the wall from way behind before, I take too much damage. So I don't really worry about that. But for players who aren't spenders like myself, then it makes it a little harder. So doing the method I did with the free uh, wisdom goddess, then that's what I would do, right? For having a free wisdom goddess, then it's definitely worth it to have a few losses to gain back more, basically. So that was our how to do full occupy method. Our gathering method, I explained it earlier. You basically just send everything to one uh, wild land. One thing you gotta be careful about is getting hit overnight, getting attacked by an enemy. So you wanna always make sure that if you're gonna be occupying a lake overnight or something like that, dispatch every single little thing offensive that you have to that lake with the strongest hero you have, right? The strongest hero you have, because when they try to attack it, you want to also set tactics in your muster field to if they somebody attacks it, it's wildland battle. You want to make sure everything moves forward because if you just stand there defending, the enemy has more range than you or they move faster than you, they're gonna attack you first, right? So you also want to move as fast as you can. And your first troops that are going to move are these two, right? They're the fastest, the cavalries. You move those forward, it stops them from advancing too much, or it lets them hit those first before they hit something else. Also, too, if they're gonna take you out, then you want to have be able to take some of them out at least, and not go down with complete total loss. So yeah, like I said, this is how to gather. You leave it here overnight. Um, with just my horses, I'm losing a lot of food already. But like I said, with the reduced troop upkeep, you gain back a quarter of whatever you eat. Um, you add a quarter to that, and then once you collect, you gain all that back plus the 25%. What else was I gonna explain in this video? We covered the hero, the full occupy. We covered. Oh, one thing I did get asked about is the troop desertion. Unfortunately, right now it's alliance war still, and we've been fighting a lot with our opposing alliances. So I don't have any troops deserted currently. It's not that I don't want to have them. It's just that I'd rather be protected and ready for whatever happens. I've gotten myself a pretty good amount of kills for being on here for like 17 days now, but my total kill count is number 12. These guys, like I said, they have about 3.5 weeks more than I do in here. My win ratio is pretty good because every time I have gone attacked a few times already, and both times it didn't go well for whoever was attacking me because I had my stuff set to move forward. And also the hero that I have is just pretty freaking OP. I'll show you guys what I have. It's this guy Prometheus. Um, the reason I have a lot of cavalries is because of this. Uh, let's see this thing. Cavalries attack, 18% cavalries attack, and cavalries will not suffer damage before they cause damage. So because they move the fastest, they're always going to defend first, right? And if the opposing enemy also moves in and attacks them, mine don't take any damage, but they counter attack with full damage, and it doesn't count as them attacking. So if they move forward again and they don't make it to the troops on their side, and they're still getting attacked, they're still taking zero damage, right? Unless one of the troops moves forward, mine counter attacks, saves me the attack. So that's what happened to the last enemies that tried attacking me is they were just not taking any damage, my cavalry, I mean, and they got wrecked. But like I said, I am a spender. I do spend some money on this game. If you're not a spender, then it's going to make it a lot harder for you to get a good hero. If you're on a new server or you're waiting for a new server, right now we're currently on server 174. 175 should come out anytime after February, so sometime in March it should come out. If you're waiting for that, then watch these tips and tricks. They will help you along the way to get some heroes. I will upload a video later where all the hero locations are for the 5 stars, 4 stars, and all that stuff. So if you're not a big spender, at least you have some sort of five-star hero. Although the new players who move in there who are spenders will probably take a lot of them, so you want to know where they're at when you begin playing. Hopefully, you have some sort of relocation to get you there, to get you to be able to capture a 5-star hero that's going to benefit you and your non-spending account, right? So that's it for today, guys. I'll talk about the desertion later and how to save food with having your troops deserted on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have a wonderful night.